In today's short video lecture, we're going to talk about feedback seeking. Feedback seeking is basically collecting information about how well you perform in the work environment you're in. And it is related to self-reflection. It helps you to understand yourself and increase your self-awareness. So why do we seek feedback? We seek feedback because it provides a way for us to gain additional insights of who you are and how we practice, and to validate your own belief of who you are. And it also offers a learning and growth opportunity. And it's part of that self-awareness process, and that's related to self-leadership. Who do we seek feedback? We oftentimes ask somebody who we respect and who we trust. And this somebody can be someone who works closely with you, so they can observe your behavior at your workplace. Can be someone who's in similar positions, your peer in doing similar jobs. It can be your manager who you respect. And the last one, and oftentimes we don't do that, is to find someone who's considered your enemy, someone who dislikes you, to get their feedback about yourself. It actually is really refreshing because oftentimes we hear positive things about ourselves, and asking someone who dislikes you really gives you that the other side of yourself. Why someone dislike you? What is the negative side of yourself? Maybe that it provides that opportunity for you to reflect and to learn from that. How do we seek feedback? We need to be prepared. What are we going to discuss? You can not just jump into it. You need to think about, what do I need to learn from other people about myself? About which aspect of myself, right? And you also need to find a time and a place that is quiet, that provides that environment that you can have a deep conversation. It's not, you're not distracted. And you start with briefly indicate what you would like to cover and why what you would like to cover is important to you. And you discuss and review some of your practice experiences and be specific about your abilities, your strengths, area of growth, and how you learn and enhance in the areas that you want growth in. There is really no point in asking others to give you feedback unless you are prepared to open to the suggestions and to consider the comments that you are going to receive, especially when the comments are different from your own viewpoint. Be open-minded and really listen to the information other people is giving you about yourself, even if that is different from your own viewpoint. That is the opportunity for you to validate, right? It's not only validate your belief, it's also to give you extra information about, something you haven't really realized, you haven't really been aware of. So here are some suggestive good characteristics about receiving feedback. So be explicit, make it clear what kind of feedback you are seeking, and understand that any feedback you're receiving from others is going to be for your own benefit. that if you don't indicate what you want, aspect you want to learn, you wouldn't be able to receive it. And be attentive, take time to listen, to understand, and to consider what is being said. And this is the lesson skills, right? The active listening skill is about rephrasing. Is this what you said? Let me rephrase it. Is this what you said? And show your interest of getting the feedback from others. And ask questions and be curious and ask for suggestions. Okay, so what I heard is that I need to grow in this area. What would be your suggestion for me to improve? What are some specific practices you suggest for me? So 2 questions that you might keep that in your mind. One is, what do I do best? And the other one is there some aspect of my practices that I can improve upon? So be aware. Notice your own reactions, your own emotions. That's not only your intellectual aspect, it's also your emotions. Stay calm if you are hearing some negative feedback about yourself. And be aware that any reaction and rejection or censorship on your part is going to affect the other side, or the people who's giving you feedback, right? They might stop and they might not want to share anymore if they see that you are rejecting what they are presenting to you. And sometimes be silent. And that is a great way for you to get more information from the feedback giver, right? Refrain from your urge of jumping and respond to when someone is giving you some advice, some feedback, and then do not be defensive either, right? So the suggestion is refrain from response until you listen carefully to what has been said and considered that implication. Do not use excuse of correcting factual errors to avoid hearing, and do not be distracted by the need to explain something. Oh, this is not what I did. And that's an example, right? To explain something, then start explaining. So if you feel like you need to provide an explanation, do it later, after the feedback session. Okay, so now we have talked about feedback seeking behavior. I would like you to describe feedback seeking behavior and explain how it influences people, and share your own experience in feedback seeking from others in the discussion. I look forward to reading your discussions. Thank you.